Welcome to Global Insiders Podcast. I am Ryan, the Protec one, bringing you information about opportunities relating to jobs, traveling, and any information that can elevate you to your rightful place in this thing called life. You can find more information and how-to methods on globalinsidersgroup.com. That is insiders with an S. And here is today's show.
Hello, insiders. Welcome back to another show. Today I have one filled with new information as usual because I know that this podcast, as it is right now, is the most informative and the most beneficial to you guys because what I bring to the table, no one else will because they all think that technology is the only thing that we need, and I am here to help you to realize that technology is very good, but we have to use it to our benefit, and that is why I do this show. So continue doing what you are and get ready to learn a lot. So today I want to look at a few things: Critterpedia, Fawkes Photos, shopping for a house online, and the most profitable companies per employee and data sets. So let us jump in and get into Fawkes Photos. So The Verge did a topic on cloaking your photos this week because, as you know, AI tools are gathering data on individuals worldwide, and it is safe to say we live in a non-private world at this moment. And all those cameras that you see around, these cameras are capturing our images. And if you didn't know, these images are used in databases. They're doing machine learning training. So all these machines, they are very smart in looking at things and looking at patterns. So right now what they're trying to do is to feed these machines all this data so that they will learn how to manipulate things, so to speak. And as I spoke about several episodes ago, most of these AI tools, these machine learning tools, they aren't good for persons, they're not good for minorities, because most of the data that they're being fed are from first world countries. And of course, you know, in first world countries, minorities are exactly that. We don't make up a majority of the populations. So, with that being said, these machines usually are a bit faulty with the information that they give. What we find now is that they are using more and more information from third world countries to get more data. So, Fawkes technology. This technology is being used to cloak your photos if you want, because of course you don't want your face to be everywhere or being used to do things that you don't know about for nefarious reasons. And as I said, wherever tyranny raises its ugly breath, you can bet goodwill come. So this is where Fawkes, spelled Fawkes, comes in. Fawkes is an algorithm and software tool for your computer. It gives individuals the ability to limit how their images can be used to track them. You can go to sandlab.csusicago.edu/FAWKES/ to get more information. That is sandlab.csicago.edu/FAWKES/. Okay, so when you go there, you can learn more about this technology. So once again, I know that many of you, for the first time, you're hearing about this. So go ahead and enjoy that tool. As I said, it makes tiny pixel level changes to the photos that our eyes can't see. So even if the photos look as if they're the same, it's been altered. Moving on, data sets. If you want to read data sets to work, if you want real data sets to work with, you can use Google Research or Kaggle.com or Google Dataset Search. These places will provide you with rich data sets to write incredible articles, or if you desire, provide you with data to solve real world problems. Of course, some of you may be aspiring bloggers or information sharers of some sort, and this is a place where you can go to get real information, raw data that you can manipulate and create some info content with. So once again, that is Kaggle.com or Google Research or Google Data Set Search. And these places, as I said, will provide you with rich data, okay? So if you're into content, there are many things that you can do, but of course you want people to see your content. So that segues into where you can also get great content for marketing by making sure people find your page. So by creating good landing pages that people can find you. So on the next web, Nathan Respic, a serial entrepreneur, has listed 4 ways to improve your landing pages. I really need this too, because there's a website for this podcast, and I haven't updated it recently, but it's globalinsidersgroup.com, and that website was started as its own thing actually. In fact, to be honest, the website is what really made me decide to create a podcast, because I wanted something to get the website even more traffic. But what I've done now is I have I'm focusing more on the podcast instead of the website. But let's see what Nathan has to say. So Nathan says, number 1, focus on a simple call to action. Too many will distract your visitors. So whatever it is that you want the visitors to do, that is what you should focus on. You shouldn't try to focus on too many things. For example, you shouldn't tell them to click on this picture to view X, Y, or Z. You should be like, click on this picture to learn more about blogging. Something like that. You really shouldn't be all over the place with what you want from your website. Number 2, picture your product in the best light possible. So of course, pictures enhances the senses, and if you have a nice clear picture on your website or on your landing page, this will allow persons to think more. It will light a fire in their mind, so to speak, where they're able to imagine more about your product or your offering. Number 3, make an offer they can't refuse. So of course we're not talking in the Godfather sense, but make them an offer that they can't refuse. And this may be discounts or extra services or products, whatever it is that will still make your business profitable and not hurt your margins. Number 4, try to get live chat. It is said that live chats increase on-site conversions by 20%, and customers who use the service are more likely to make purchases. Well, just thinking about this, think about Amazon. I don't know how many of you use Amazon, but Amazon, yes, they have some really bad ways, and right now I'm even considering the use of them because they're becoming so ubiquitous that maybe we can't do without them. However, if you as a customer have a problem and you message Amazon, believe me, they will get back to you so quickly. It is almost like magic. So definitely, you having a live chat on your website will also help you with marketing and with creating a good cost rapport, because customers need answers, and we live in a world that needs immediate answers. So this is one of the ways that you can enhance your website. Next, Critterpedia. Are you scared of the wild? More specifically, are you scared of wild animals? If your answer is yes, well, then the new app Critterpedia, spelled Critterpedia, is here for you and me. The Australian National Science Agency has collaborated with local entrepreneurs to create Critterpedia. Vice.com calls this the Shazam for spiders and snakes. And for those of you who don't know Shazam is one of the coolest apps created for the iPhone in the early days, and it's still one of the coolest apps on the iPhone. This is an app where if you hear music playing from any speaker, you can point at it and press Shazam and it will tell you which song it is. So yes, can you imagine this now? How does this thing work for animals? Well, they're saying users will upload an image of a specimen to the Critterpedia app. The app will then use an AI-powered machine learning algorithm. I spoke about this earlier, how this thing works with the data being fed to these machines for machine learning. So the algorithm to identify, classify, and provide information on the species. This information will include threat level. The developers of the app hopes that Critterpedia can create a world where people of all ages, backgrounds, and status can appreciate and respect the environment. And hopefully, in the long run, animals and humans can peacefully coexist. So, I mean, I've never been to Australia. I hope to visit one day. But even outside of Australia, I can see this being a very cool app, especially for kids and even for parents to use with kids. Because you can look at the various animals and look at how dangerous they are, and just learn more about animals and all that good stuff. Now, visual capitalists, and I spoke about this at the start of the show. The Fortune 500 list, as you know, is the list of the most successful companies in America. In fact, these companies have a combined profit margin of $1.2 trillion. So that's amazing. So now Visual Capitalists, one of the coolest websites on the web if you ask me, they looked at how much each company made per employee. So there's this calculation where you can find out how much money each employee is helping the company to make, and you'd calculate it. It's called profit per employee, and you'd measure it by the net income for the past 12 months divided by the current number of full-time employees. And this thing, usually they use it with companies in the same industry because industries vary. So not all industries the numbers would be very uneven, and it would make it seem as if a profitable company is probably not profitable, or vice versa. So yes, so looking at this, we can see the sectors in the United States. As I say usually on this podcast, most of the information here will be for the United States. But of course, I try to be as global as possible. And the United States is a very good barometer for what is happening or what will happen in other countries. I mean, I'm sure China might have something to say about that, but as we speak at this moment, America still has the largest economy in the world, so they are still setting the pace for the rest of us. So these companies range from the following sectors. So the top 20 companies range from financials, energy, healthcare, business service, technology, retail, materials, chemicals, telecom, food and beverage, household products. So when you look at it, when they break it down, they said financial sector dominate the most profitable companies with 8 in the top 20. Energy companies seem to be bleeding the most profits per employee, with 9 companies in the bottom 20 companies. So the top 10 sectors are as follows, and this is in chronological order, starting from 10 to 1. So apparel, chemicals, business, services, food, beverage and tobacco, telecom, healthcare, media, energy, technology. And would you guess what the first one is? I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The last one is financials. Okay, financials. So financials is a sector that makes the most money per employee. I wouldn't have guessed that. Okay, so these statistics are very good for you to know, because when you're doing your job search or you're thinking about changing your career, maybe you'll do this with a 5-year or 10-year plan. And if you look at the sectors, you can see how employees are helping those sectors the most, or how profitable the sector is. And we logically would think if the sector is profitable, it means that salaries will be a bit higher than usual. But that's just how a logical person thinks. But then again, you never know in this world. You never know in this world, because the most profitable companies these days seem to be paying less. So you never know. Anyway, for the last topic for today, we'll be talking about housing. So if you find yourself working for one of these profitable companies, you can start doing some house shopping, right? And if you're doing house shopping, why not do it online with your newfound cash? Online, yes, online. You can now purchase or shop for your house online. Of course, this will be in a virtual reality headset, and the coronavirus has made this type of technology come to the fore, because you have to stay at home, but developers need to sell houses, and the best way to do this is, you guessed it, virtually. So Zoopla said VR viewings of properties tripled during lockdown. This, of course, was due to buyers not being able to go to properties. According to the BBC, virtual reality offers greater detail than the traditional photos on a website. VR also makes it easier for international clients to move. So if you're thinking of moving from Malaysia to America, you don't have to wait until you get there. You don't have to allow someone to do all the groundwork for you. You can start doing some of the groundwork for yourself. So this is a good one, I think. And I guess if I'm moving internationally, this is how I'll try to do it. How about you? What do you think? Are you ready to use this tool? Well, that's it for today's show. But of course, before I go, On monster.com, cybersecurity listings are 14,159 jobs. So people retrain and get ready for whatever is coming. But just think about retraining, because no matter how bad it seems, the world can't do without people. Take care until next week. Bye.
Thanks for listening today. I hope you are inspired. You can find more helpful and motivational material at globalinsidersgroup.com. That is, insiders with an S. You can also keep in touch at Global Insiders on Instagram. See you next time, but remember, you can be your own superhero. Bye.